now that that's out, let's talk about the myth that I've heard also people say that it doesn't take a talent or skill to do anything in fashion. That it doesn't take a talent or skill to be a designer. Now, that is one that definitely, like the modeling thing, yeah, I can see why people wouldn't think that it takes a skill or a talent. But I definitely cannot and will not bow down to the fact that it does not take a skill or a talent to be a designer. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It definitely takes a skill and a talent to be a designer. That's right, regardless of how much opinion I'm giving or judgment I'm passing on somebody's collection, I still say that commend them for doing it at all, because it takes gall and it takes skill to make any garment. I don't give a damn if you're glue gunning it together. It takes a skill. It takes a visionary to be able to put a look, a garment, a show, a photo shoot. It takes a visionary to be able to do that. And you're telling me that that's not talent. Okay? Matter of fact, it is so high of a talent that it's something that you can't be taught. It's something that you honestly have to be born with. It's something that you honestly have to be, it's a skill that you have to be born with. It's a skill that has to be deep embedded in your DNA to be able to do and do it well. Yes, anybody can go home and make a garment, but everybody cannot make a garment well. It's a known fact. Everybody cannot make a garment well. I'm sorry. Everybody cannot come up with an idea for a garment that is great and that will sell to the masses. I'm sorry, they can't, okay? So the idea that it doesn't take talent to be a designer, that really boggles my mind. I personally am not a designer. If you know me, I'm a fashion stylist. I'm a fashion stylist and I'm trying to go further with my career. You know, blah, 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 blah. I'm a fashion stylist at heart, okay? So no, I'm not a designer. But I know the designers, I do research on designers, high-end designers, new designers. Everybody from Galliano to Gentrix clothing. Like, I study designers because I really find it very amazing that somebody's mind can sit there and really sketch out a look and bring it to life. That really touches me. It's an art. Designers are artists. And you're telling me, by saying that designers, to be a designer, it doesn't take a talent or skill, that it doesn't take studying, that it doesn't take a great mind to be able to just make some clothes. Like, please, you are basically tearing down years and years and decades of artists who have paved the way for so many other artists. Like, I take that, like, anybody can make clothes. Anybody can be the next Galliano or Alexander McQueen. Like, no, that's not true, darling. Where do you get that concept from? Like, or are you that jaded about the fashion industry that you think that a designer does not take talent? Like, on to the next thing, guys, because I really gotta go. I got things to do. Let's talk about the fact that, okay, designers, that that the fashion industry is dominated by gay males. Which, that part, yeah, I do agree with, because it's just a given fact. Homosexual males are born with a certain part of their mind that is dedicated to, not all, but there are a mass division of gay males that are born with a certain part of their mind that is just dedicated and drawn to things that are art and fashion and beauty and glamour. Like, I'm sorry, don't be mad at the homosexual community or gays, because we can give it to you better than anybody else can. Like, I'm sorry. You look at some of the biggest female artists. Okay, let's take Beyonce. Okay? Let's take Beyonce, let's take Madonna, let's take Cher, let's take all those. They have a gangle of gays behind them that help them, that nurture these women that are born naturally delicate and gentle, but gives them little extra pizzazz that let them get on stage and let the lights come on and teach them how to sell their face and their nose and, you know, just all these things. Like, so don't be mad at the gays, because we are born with a certain part of our mind that is like dedicated to the arts and fashion, and a lot of us have a passion for it. I'm sorry, but don't narrow that down to the fact that the fashion industry is dominated by homosexual males, and the vast majority of them they're putting on some sick pedophilia show when they pick models that look like 12-year-old boys. Who knows? But I am saying that don't narrow it down to the majority of the gays in the fashion industry being pedophiles because they like skinny girls to walk on the runway, and they're like 12-year-old boys. Like, first of all, I don't necessarily like girls that look like boys. I like androgyny. I like girls with strong features, but that has nothing to do with the fact that because I am attracted to males. That has nothing to do with it, okay? And I can almost pretty much guarantee that has nothing to do with why most designers like skinny models, because they like boys. It's some strange pedophilia going on. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you have to be joking. Seriously, like, I'm not even smiling. Like, that you have to be you have to be at a place in your life where you're totally like closed off to a certain section of the world to think that. Like, no, that's not true. It's not true. I don't believe it for a second. It allows me to get caught up in a whimsical fantasy or a mod fantasy or a fantasy from the 20s or a romantic story from the 60s or a disco fantasy from the 70s. Like, it just takes me there, okay? So stop bashing the industry. Fashion loves you. And don't believe that it doesn't just because you're not the exact size you need to be to get on the runway. Fashion loves you. Play with it. Don't be afraid of it. Talk to us about it. I can talk about fashion all day, which is why I'm going to stop this video right now, because it can go on for hours more, and I seriously have things to do. So, and my phone's ringing. Oh, Jay called me. Okay, guys, that has been the wrap up for today. I hope really nobody got offended, because this video was not to offend anybody. It was to just give my opinion on, you know, certain things that I've heard or came across or read, and honest to God, like if I was talking to one individual person, I would say it. But I'm really talking to several opinions and things that I've heard and that I really don't agree with. So that's that. Check my blog, www.surfashionjunkies.com. Check the firm's website, www.thefirmglam.com. Also check the Facebooks, Ashton Tomlinson, and my partner, who is the hair and makeup master. You can check him under J The Firm Styling on Facebook. And until then, see you guys later.